What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that's very frustrating, but it's real, it happens, and it's holding you back from recovery. So you want to watch this video all the way to the end to get some great value today. So go ahead and smash the like button down below if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt. Leave me a comment and let me know if this is the very thing that is holding you back. You are not alone, okay? Know that. You are not alone. I suffered from health anxiety, panic disorder, GAD for 5 long years, but recovered 110%. And my goal here is to keep you from making the same freaking mistakes that I did that held me back. I'm gonna start here. This isn't the meat and potatoes of this video. Again, you wanna watch the whole thing. But in the beginning, guys, let's just face it, you have to identify your root causes of anxiety. I can't do that for you, but you need to make a list of everything that you think in the days, weeks, months, and even years that led up to your first panic attack, or whenever you first started to notice your anxiety symptoms, right? Anything, write it down. Start identifying some possible, at least possible root causes of your anxiety. Now, if you have trouble doing this, you're not alone. I've had a lot of people tell me, well, Trey, what if I don't know the root causes? I try to give some ideas when I can. The best thing is to go back to your childhood, even if you're 40, 50, 60 years old. Go back further. A lot of you are sticking around right whenever you had that first panic attack. And this was a mistake that I made. I thought my panic disorder was a result of just because, a result of me binge drinking for 2 days over the weekend, right? And I was like, man, this sucks. This is crappy. I'm gonna have panic disorder for the rest of my life because I drank really heavily for 2 days. No, there were things that were going on in my life since childhood. So a lot of you are also making the mistake of thinking that what triggered that first panic attack, anxiety attack, or, triggered your chest pain originally is the whole story. And I'm here to tell you that's probably not the case. There's probably a lot of different moving parts, components, stories to your anxiety. And if you still can't figure this out, you need to go see a therapist or a trauma expert, somebody that's a professional that can help you identify your root causes or at least point you in the right direction. But let's face it, how are you going to recover from anxiety if you don't even know what started it, right? So if you haven't been investigating, looking deep into your past, your childhood, your life, look deeper, okay? And keep trying or get professional help. All right, so some of you are past that, right? Some of you know what started your anxiety, you know your fears, you know what you need to expose yourself to, you know what you need to change in your life. But something happens, unfortunately, with a lot of us, especially if you have health anxiety like I did, and we have something that causes anxiety. But now I'm terrified of the product or the output of that anxiety. I am now terrified of the panic. I'm terrified of anxiety attacks. I'm terrified of chest pain, numbness, tingling, twitching, the muscle aches, the pain, the insomnia, the results and the output of my anxiety. And now I've become something that's dreadful, symptom focused. I'm a symptom focused person. I'm not recovery focused. I'm not trying to change my life. I am always worried and in fear of these symptoms. And I've told you guys that fear and focus is like gasoline to your anxiety symptoms. How many times have you had a symptom? You're like, oh no, please stop, go away, go away. And what does it do? It gets worse. It gets worse every freaking time. Anxiety is gonna always do the opposite of what you want it to do. So when you put your focus and everything that you have, all of your negative attention and fear onto it, it magnifies the problem. So now, guess what? Instead of working on your life and what causes symptoms in the first place, you're now just worried about the symptom itself. So many people that either I've talked to or I've tried to help in messages or comments or emails, whatever, they really want to talk about symptoms. And I get it. That's normal. A lot of people want some reassurance, but a lot of people get stuck in that reassurance phase. What about this symptom? What about that symptom? You're Googling symptoms. You're asking about them in forums. You're watching YouTube videos about them. You're not recovery focused. And I think a lot of you don't understand what it takes to recover. And this is the truth right here. You are going to have to go through a period of time during your struggle with anxiety where you are working on the root causes of your anxiety in changing your life and your lifestyle while you have symptoms, while you have discomfort, right? Anxiety is a sign that you need to grow, and growth can be painful. There's suffering in growth. There's suffering in success. There's suffering in recovery. You have to have goals. You have to have a routine. You have to have strategy, and you have to be putting that into action while you have chest pain, while you have headaches, right? While you still struggle with your sleep. These symptoms are just messages. Now, by all means, get your reassurance from a doctor. But once you've been told, especially by multiple people, that it's anxiety, it's time to work on acceptance and move forward with a plan, right? But you are going to deal with these symptoms while you recover, right? And sure, they start to fade. They started to fade, during the middle, to latter part of my recovery. It got easier. But in the beginning, my subconscious was still terrified, right? In the beginning of recovery, when you're like, I'm going to work out, or I'm going to change my diet, or I'm going to work on exposure to my fears, I'm going to start going out more and doing things, your subconscious is still behind your conscious intentions. It's great that you're trying to recover. It's great that you're trying to do this, but your subconscious doesn't trust you yet. So the symptoms continue. So there's going to be that overlap where your subconscious is still uneasy about what you're doing on a conscious level, even though it's the right thing, okay? So many of you get stuck here and you don't break through that wall. How thick is that wall? Is it 2 weeks? Is it 2 months? Everybody's different. I get that question as well. Well, how long do I have to do this until my subconscious believes me, right? I don't know. It's different for everybody, but stop asking that question. Right? Recovery has to be natural. And your subconscious is also not going to trust you as easily if you're worried about how long it's going to take to get his trust. So I just want you guys to know that recovery is hard. It was the hardest thing that I've ever had to do in my life. And I don't say that to discourage you. I say that to show you how serious it is that you need to get to work. Stop putting all your time and effort into these symptoms and start putting it into exposure, mindfulness, lifestyle changes, identifying and working on the root causes of your anxiety, shutting off the motor that causes all of these symptoms. So many of you are trying to work recovery backwards. Think about that. You're trying to work anxiety from the outside in. If I could just get this chest pain to stop, if I could get this numbness, tingling to stop, I would work on all my root causes. Nope, your subconscious doesn't believe you. Your subconscious thinks that if it shuts off the chest pain, the numbness, the tingling, all these symptoms, that you're just going to go back to the way things were before. See, your subconscious wants you to change for good, and it's going to make sure that happens. I hope you got something out of this video. I hope you got value. I know it's not easy. Trust me, I went through this for years. I lost hope many times. I've given up many times, so I understand how hard it is. But please hit that like button if you got some value. And down below in the comments, if you made it this far, I want you to put an amazing affirmation in all caps. Recovery is possible. Recovery is possible. It's hard, but it's very, very possible, okay? And if you want extra help with your recovery and you want a strategy, right? You know what the root causes are, but you need strategy. You need a plan. You need a blueprint. You need something that's laid out, easy to follow, step by step. I'm putting my course down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. Some of you are probably still on the fence about it. Like, I don't know, should I do it? Am I ready for this? Make today the day, right? That you put one foot in front of the next and you start moving towards recovery. Let's stop running in place. This course will help you recover, okay? So I'm going to put that down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. It's called Elite Anxiety Bootcamp. So try that out, guys. I'm going to put a link for online therapy. I mentioned if you need help identifying the root causes, things like trauma and stuff like that, you need to talk to an expert. So I'm going to put a link down below for online therapy as well. So take advantage of that if you've never tried therapy. Aside from that, guys, I want you to keep on fighting, keep watching these videos. Sorry I didn't post the last few days and over the weekend. Had a little bit of a cold, didn't want to aggravate that. But be sure to follow my TikTok, my Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. There's Facebook groups down below in the description as well, excuse me. And subscribe, especially if you're new, and hit the bell so you can get notified when I put these videos out. But I love you guys. Keep fighting.